Good morning, beautiful people of the world. Good morning. It is Friday, September 20th, 2024. How you guys doing this morning? Hope you're doing all right. Y'all won't believe this. Yesterday I was driving, leaving my mama's house, and something was knocking up under the car. You see me do the arrow? So I believe it's the brakes. I had the front brakes dead when all of this was going on. So I'm pretty sure that it's the back brakes that need to be done. So I'm gonna have Ken come and look and tell me what is it that I exactly need. Do I need just rotors, or do I need just the brake pads, the brake, whatever. I'm like, you got to be effing kidding me. I'm like, I'm so sorry. When I tell y'all I'm sick and tired, I'm sick and tired. I'm sick and tired. So I paid my mortgage this morning before I left the house. And I gotta call them back because they told me to call them so they could waive the late fee for me being late. Because you're considered late, it's considered late after the 15th. But I called it in early this morning because I want them to go in and take this money, you know, go in and take the money, because I want it in before the 30th, which we got time, because the 30th, she said anything after, if it doesn't hit by the 30th of the month, they'll report it to the credit bureau, and I don't need that. So I still got to pay on the bed. I still got to pay on the washing machine and dryer. So I got to figure out a way to pay that. And hopefully I'm going to be on OnlyFans this weekend doing some videos. And hopefully, you know, some of the guys over there send me some tips, hopefully. I did not want to do custom videos, but seeing what all that has happened with the cat and the car and, you know, my financial situation, I might just have to do some custom videos. Nothing sexual, of course, just to make some money so I can get up out of this hole. I'm thinking about getting another job, a part-time job. I'm thinking about going over, applying for a part-time job at TJ Maxx or Marshalls, something like that. But I think I'm gonna go over to the TJ Maxx that's near my house and see if I can work some weekends, like Saturday and Sunday. Because to be honest with you all, the brands that I have, they don't pay. They don't pay you. And so with them not paying, you know, I need some money. It's come on today. All that to turn into this little spot. It's great to get free things, don't get me wrong. I like doing the hauls, and I like getting free things, and I like showing you all the free things that I do get, you know, the fashion. But right now, I need to focus on, I need some money. You know, I do. I need some money. I gotta get out of this financial hole that I'm in. I need something to subsidize my income, because it's just too much, you know. It's just too much. And so this thing with the cat, I was okay until this happened. And so I gotta figure out how to supplement. I need just another check. That's just the bottom line. So I'm thinking about working for the holidays, and like I said, working because you know, it don't have to be every weekend or every evening or anything like that, but I gotta figure something out. I was supposed to go on a cruise next year with my class, my CVS alumni, and you have to send I don't know what that was that fell. Oh, my fan. You have to send $100 in by the end of October. I even got the $100 to send it in to reserve a spot for me, a room for me. So that trip I might miss. I can't. I don't even have the money. I just don't have the money. And the only thing that'll kind of pull me up out this financial hole and give me some relief is income tax time. But the problem with that, okay. The problem with that is I got to give my mother her money back. So, with me having to give them, you know, owing her the money, this $4,000 that I owe her, I just don't know how much money I'm going to get back from, I don't know how much money I'll get back. You know, of course I'm going to put the house on there, but I just don't know. So, you know, it just remains a mystery. So it's stuff like that, you know. This fool is a fool. He has ran every light. He's hanging all out the window. I'm telling you, I'm gonna say this, and I know a lot of people are probably gonna disagree with me, and y'all can, but legalizing marijuana, was the worst thing that it was the worst thing that this country could have done, because these fools be driving high and they be acting crazy. It's just ridiculous. Dark out here. So dark. So yeah, I just think that was the worst thing that they could have did. I you know, it's just weird, because it's just like you just see people, they just be blow driving. Not that they wasn't before, but it's to me, I feel that it's worse. I feel that it's worse. So yeah, so I heard that noise yesterday when I left out of my mother's driveway, and I'm like, you got to be freaking kidding me. Got to be kidding me. So anyway, as I was saying, I'm gonna have to pay her money back out of my income tax check. So with me having to pay her back out of my income tax check, that would help me, but that would help me, but it's not I'm not going to be able to keep that money. So I just got to figure out a way to make some money. You know, like I said, I was doing good before the car. I was doing all right before the situation with the cat. You know, I was doing okay, you know. But, you know, life happens, and this has certainly taught me a lesson to put some money aside, you know. But I ain't even got no money to put aside, and that's the honest to God truth. So whatever money I make over there, I had like $700 in my OnlyFans account. I drained that. I think it was a little bit more, and I had put that on the cat. And then, you know, like I said, I used the other money to pay the bill. But now I have that bill to pay. You know, I probably will be okay at the end of October. At the end of October, I'll be okay because I'll be getting paid October's mortgage again on the 7th. And then we get paid on the 22nd. I'll be able to pay some other bills. So some kind of way I'll be able to catch up. But I'm really thinking about taking a second part-time job. Even if it's just bringing home, $600 or $800 or whatever, you know, I don't need, you know, if I'm making $15 or $16 an hour, just something. So yesterday I also found out that they have this program here where I work, where they're helping teenagers who don't want to go to college, helping them get jobs in the place where I work. So I told my son about it, and he was looking at me like, I don't want to do that job that you used to do. I said, listen here, I know. And he wasn't too against it. He was like, I know it, because it starts off making $25 an hour, coming straight out of high school. And I said, listen, I know you don't want to work. You don't want to do the kind of job that I've done or had to do. I said, but I said, you want all these expensive things. I said, Christopher, I said, once you graduate from high school, I said, I'm not saying I'm not going to buy you anything or help you, because I'm going to always help you. Like my mama has always helped me. My mom and daddy has always helped me, don't care how old I got. I said, but you got to go to work. You got to decide what you want to do. You're either going to go to college, and he's stuck on being an actor. And I'm like, I said, you can do that. I said, but you got to get an agent. You have to go into that. You have to pay dues for that. And I said, there's nothing wrong with you wanting to be an actor. But actors don't make money right away. And you need money. You need money. I said, because I can't support you forever. You know? So when he graduates from high school, I'm gonna let him take some time off, but I want to get him into this program because my job has a pension, you know, and if he comes in right out of high school, he can retire very early. And I'm not saying that that's something that he would want to stick with, the job or whatever, but these jobs don't pay no money. And to be 18 years old making $25 an hour is pretty damn good compared to only making $14 or $15 an hour. And then, you know, eventually he'll even make more than that. So my plan was to give him this car, and I was gonna take my mama's car and pay her car note or however way. But I don't know how that's gonna work. But he gotta work. You know, he gotta work. I told him, I said, you gotta work. None of us want to work, but I mean, I want him to understand as a young man, you got to get a job. So we was having that discussion. He wasn't looking like he was too fond of what I was saying, but he did say, I know that, you know, in order for me to get, you know, money, you know, I got to work. He said, I don't know if I just don't know if I want to do that job. I said, I get it. I understand. But get your foot in the door, and then you can go and work in other departments. You can go, you can work where I work, you know, or you can go to the water department. It's other places. It's not just, you know, just that. But everybody seems to start off where what I used to do, and so it's a job, you know. So they get randomly picked, like in a lottery. So I'm gonna put his name in there. He might get picked, he might not. But you gotta try something. You know, you gotta try. I did that job for 11 years. And if I can do it, you can do it. And then also I found out from a girlfriend of mine, because you know Christopher has an IEP for a learning disability. So I found out that he's supposed to get some type of disability check for that. So I got to call the Social Security office and find out how I can get him to get the benefits that he needs. So, and it's supposed to be for life from what she said. So I am going to check into that right away and get him what he needs for that, because his IEP is supposed to, you know, follow him even through college. So yeah, so that would be, you know, that'll be good, you know. And so yesterday we were talking about deal breakers, remember? And you all will probably see that video before you see this video, because it took forever for that video to upload. Maybe because it was too long, I don't know. But anyway, we were talking about deal breakers. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about that, a little bit about what the rest of my deal breakers are. And one of my deal breakers with a guy is, I said, inconsistency. And along with inconsistency is inconsistency is, for me, insecurity. I cannot stand a man that is insecure. I cannot stand a man who is very insecure. We all are insecure to a little bit, you know, like to a point. You know, we might feel a certain type of way when we see somebody we like or we involved with and see them talking to the opposite sex, or they on the phone with somebody, or this, that, and the other, or whatever, right? So, but I can't stand a man that's insecure and jealous and controlling. And sometimes you see that signs of that early on in the relationship, way before you all even get to the point of really, really dating. You know what I mean? Like the mailman. Remember I told y'all about the mailman? How he was, damn, he really hurt my feelings. That was a turnoff for me. That was a straight turnoff. Because I knew where that was, what he was gonna be like. I was like, okay, he thirsty. You know, he thirsty. And that was my fault. And I take full responsibility for that, because once again, wasn't my type. That's number one. I don't know why I gave him my phone number. Number two, I clearly acted on impulse, which was bad. But I can't stand a man who was insecure. I can't stand a man that, you know, that always accusing you and talking about, well, we in a relationship, you know, I need to have your phone, your code to your phone. No, the fuck you do not. No, you do not. And I'm gonna say this, and I know some of you married folk on here, some of y'all gonna say, Sherelle, that's wrong, or Cece, that's wrong when you marry, but I just don't believe in a person, even when you marry, that they should have privy to everything or access to everything, even in regard to you. Okay, I just don't. I'm funny about that. You know what I mean? Because it could have nothing to do with the fact that you cheating or I'm cheating or anything to that nature. But I just don't feel like you should have access to my Facebook code, my IG, my YouTube, my passwords on my phone. I'm funny about that. And I think the reason why I think I'm funny about that is because people change. People will, you know, you make your spouse or your significant other mad, or you all get into a really bad, heated argument, right? And then they turn on you and they want to go into your stuff and they use that against you some kind of way. So I'm real funny. I'm just funny about that. I'm real funny about that, because my thing is I may want to say something about you to one of my girlfriends or my family, and it's in my phone and you see it, you know, then that's the issue. You know, I just don't think that you should have access to my stuff, or that much access to me. And I don't want to have that much access to you. You know, I don't want to have that much access to you, because I'm just the type of woman that my jealousy runs differently than other women jealousy. I got a friend right now who was telling me some stuff that's going on with him. And you know what, this is just me. I feel like if I have to do all of that to catch you doing XYZ, this, that, and the other, I don't want to be with you, because that's too much for me. That's just too much. Here right or not, cause oh, I'm hot. But that's too, for me, that's just too much. That's just too much. You know, I don't know. I just feel like if I have to do all of that to see if you're cheating, or what you doing, or who you talking to, or that's just too much. I don't like that. Shoot. I don't need to know all of that. I don't want to know all of that. I have no desire to know all of that. Because, you know, people gonna do what they want to do. I ain't never went through no man's phone. And I think the only way I would go through a man's phone is if I really, really had suspicions that that they was really doing something. Now, don't get me wrong, I've investigated some stuff, but I never had to go through his phone to find out what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? I've never had to do that. Because honestly, honest to God, my hand to God, everything, and I do mean everything, always come to me. I ain't never had to really go look for it. Because, you know, I'm going to say this, men are stupid. They tell on themselves. You know, they tell on themselves. So it really ain't too much you got to do to find out if they really cheating. They tell on themselves. They do dumb stuff. I mean, dumb. So, if I have to go through your phone, if I have to set booby traps, and this, that, and the other to catch you, I don't want to be with you. I don't trust nobody. Nobody. People say, oh, if there's no trust in a relationship, then you can't have a relationship. That's bullshit too. Because I don't trust nobody. Nobody. They lie too much. Men lie too much. Seriously. They lie too much. Most of them don't know how to cheat. So I only trust you when I see you, when you in my presence. And that can be skeptical as well. I just don't trust people. And I damn for sure don't trust no man. But I ain't going to look for shit either. If you willing to lose me over somebody else that ain't as great as me, hey, go for it. Because I hadn't said it before, and I'm going to say it again. Because this is one thing I know. I have never had not one man leave and not come back and say he regretted it. Because see, men always think, and some women too, but this is really particularly a man. And I guess we know that most men, a lot of men can't be faithful. And I don't even think it's that they don't want to be. I just think that because it's so many women out here, it's just hard for them to say no. I think the temptation for men is so much greater than it is for women. And it's just hard for men to just be with one woman. I'm not saying that they can't be, because they can. But it's so much. It's so much out here. It's so much. It's like being a kid in a candy store. It's like, oh my God, you know. And I just think a lot of men just really, you know, I just think they have a hard time being faithful. But they can be. They can be. But if you controlling, if you jealous, I don't like a man who, another deal breaker for me is if you the type of man that you don't know how to, like say we go to a party or an event, and I know it's my event, and you coming with me. If I gotta babysit you the whole night, or you get mad because I'm with my crew, my friends, or whatever they are, and you get mad because I'm over there taking pictures with guys, and then on the way home, I got to hear about it. Well, who was that? Why was you taking pictures with him? And what? I don't want to be bothered with that shit. So that being controlling, that is not going to work with me. Because you cannot control me. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that. And a lot of relationships with men and women can be very controlling too, very overbearing and very controlling. I got several girlfriends who are like that with their husbands, and I just be like, okay. They can't do nothing. They can't move, they can't breathe, they can't do nothing. That's too much. That's too much. It's just too much for me. It's too much control. That's too much. That's too much. I don't want nobody. I don't want nobody that I got to do that with. Where you going? Where you been? Who you talking to? Who was that on the phone? Who was that you was talking to? That's too much. Even if I want to know, even if I'm curious to know. And even if I ask you, okay, I asked you who it was. And that should be the end of it. Once I ask you who it was, or who it is, or whatever, that should be the end of it. Try to let this dry. Either, you know, to keep asking the person, well, you know, I don't like her, so I don't want you talking to her no more. Huh? Or I don't like dude. You know, I don't like him. So, you know, I don't want you talking to him. Okay, you don't like him. What they got to do with me? So I gotta stop talking to somebody because you don't like them? Okay. That ain't finna happen. That's not finna happen. Now, what I will do is I will give you that respect. You understand what I'm saying? I will give you that respect. If you don't like a person, or I don't like somebody, or whatever, I can't tell you to stop talking to them. I can tell you how I feel, but I can't demand that you stop talking to somebody, or vice versa, and you a grown ass person. I got a problem with that, trying to control people. Too far over. Okay, I'm gonna let this dry. So you all, I put the base on here so that this eyeliner, because this is not the eyeliner I normally use, so that it don't run and be all the way, you know, all the way up here, you know. So that's why I put this base on, if you're wondering. And to carve out my eyebrows. I feel like I put too much up here. So I don't like to be controlled by nobody. And that just ain't gonna go well with me if you controlling. I don't like men who try to isolate you from your friends, because now that you with them, they like, oh, you know, well, we together now, you know, you shouldn't hang with her no more. You shouldn't hang with them. Don't do that. Don't do that. Again, that goes back to that control. Another deal breaker for me with a relationship or getting to know a guy is if he lazy and don't have no get up, you know, no ambition, you know. I don't like a man like that. I don't like a man who's very complacent and don't want to, you know, just complacent, you know, don't want nothing. I can't deal with that either. That's a turn off. That's a deal breaker for me. You know, where you, like the last guy, that older guy I was dating, you know, I just could not believe that he had been in that same, had been living there with his sister in that basement. You know, I had to ask him, like, you never wanted anything else? You just wanted to live here? You never wanted your own home? Complacent. And that told me a lot about him. You know, the fact that he was 60 some years old and he hadn't prepared for his retirement. He hadn't prepared financially for him not working anymore when he could have kept working. He had no car. He had no drive, no ambition. Was just happy being in that little space and wasn't trying to go nowhere. And don't get me wrong, being a homeowner and owning your own home, it's a lot of work. You know what I'm saying? It is. I'm not trying to act like, oh, you know, I'm not saying that's the best thing for everybody to do, because it's not. It's not. But I don't know if I would want to, honestly, I don't know if I would want to live with somebody forever and take a chance on something happening. Like what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen if that sister died? Or the brother, the husband died? What's gonna happen? What you gonna do then? That's the kind of stuff, you know. And I may be struggling, you know, and I'm gonna come out of this. I am. I know it. I am. I've been here before. But you know, at the end of the day, that house is mine. You know, that house is my house. And one of the reasons why I moved or wanted to move, one of the reasons why I really wanted to move is because I really don't know really didn't know what my landlord was going to do when his mother died. I mean, you got to think about it. She's 90 some years of age. The building, he's taking over the building. But who's to say he won't sell that building? What are them people going to do? And so I had a lot of thoughts about that. I was like, okay, how long are you going to stay here? How long are you going to live here? You know what I'm saying? How long are you going to live here? Because there's no guarantee that he's going to even keep this building. And I'm going to tell you all, I was not going to pay no 18. And I know a lot of people who doing it. I'm not paying no $1,900 in rent when I can have a whole house for that, because that's really how much my mortgage is. Reason why my mortgage is is as high as it is because I have an escrow, and my property taxes and my homeowner insurance is all included in that. I have you know, so it's that $2,100 is not all the mortgage. My mortgage is really like $1,800 a month, and with the insurance and the property, it's them taxes, them property taxes, you know. That's what makes it the amount that it is. But the difference with a house and an apartment is that I can always refinance. You can't refinance on an apartment and you paying $1,800. Where's your money going? Where is it going? It's not going to anything. And I refuse. I refuse. I refuse. I refuse. I refuse. I refuse to give a mofo that kind of money. And I'm just renting. I can't do it. I could see you doing that if you was paying what I was paying. I was paying only $700 a month. I could see that. But look how much money I've given them over the years. How much money. When you calculate, I was there for 19 years. So when I first moved there, I was paying $600, then it went to $650, then it went to $700. And they never raised the rent. You know, they never raised the rent. And I was like, I'm getting the hell out of here. I'm like, because number one, I don't know what he's gonna do with this building when his mother died. Number two, if he does decide to raise the rent, I'm not gonna be around when you raise the rent and pay that. And that building and that apartment has so much work that needed to be done. It was raggedy. And it was getting worse. And then you don't want to hire replica people to come in and fix it. You constantly patching. You can't keep patching shit. You got to fix it. And he was good for that, patching. Oh, you know, well, I can put this on here. Well, you know, I'll put that on. Man, come on. You need to get somebody in here that know what they doing and fix this shit. I was tired of that. I was like, I got to go. I was like, I can't keep doing this. I just couldn't keep doing it, you know? And everybody say, oh, you should have stayed there. You should have stayed there. Well, you know, that's easy for other people to say when, you know, they not living there. Yeah, I could have stayed there, but I wouldn't have had what I have now. And I don't regret it. I love my house. I love my house. I love coming into my house. I love that, you know, I just love my house. It ain't no other way to say it. I love my house. And I don't regret it at all. We're going to put on brown lipstick today. Who is this by? I think this is by Juvia's Place too. Yep. This by Juvia's Place. So I have no regrets. Y'all like that color? This is called, I think it's called Shebra. I don't wear it that often, but it's a pretty brown. You know, so I don't regret moving into this house. I don't. It's just that it's been so many things that have all happened at the same time, you know, unfortunately. But I don't regret it. I don't regret it. I don't regret it. I need to go punch in. So, hold on 1 second. Let me go punch. So yeah, I don't regret it. I don't regret it at all. You know, it would be great if I had, you know, some help, some other income coming in other than mine. But, you know, I just have to keep the faith. I just have to keep believing that out of everything, God is going to make a way. You know, and I know for a fact that God did not allow me to get this house, purchase this house, go through what I went through with getting this house, making my way easy for me to purchase a home to now leave me. You know what I mean? So, I put my whole faith, my whole trust in him, because I just believe, I just know he's gonna be there for me. You know, I just know that. So I just have to I just got to keep holding on. I can't give up. So it's a little tough right now. It's a little rough right now. But I just believe I got to keep putting my faith and my trust in him. I got to keep believing that through it all, I've got to learn to trust in Jesus. I've got to learn to trust in him. Through it all, I've learned to depend upon his word. The enemy has been busy, but God is busier. And I always say that. And so right now it's a little rough for me. You know, it's a little rough. But I just know that I'm going to get back up on my feet. I know that I'm going to have money again to be able to do the things that I like to do, to enjoy life. You understand what I'm saying? I know that. And so I thank you all so very, very much for all your love, for all your prayers, for all of you all offering to help me. I thank God for you. I do not take you for granted. I do not take you for granted at all. Because you could be anywhere else looking at anybody else's content, but you come here every time I upload a video, no matter what it is, and you support me. And you supporting me really helps me out a lot. And so I know that you have my best interests. I know that. And I thank God for you. I thank him for you. So yeah, the next thing I have to get done for this car is the brakes. So I'm gonna wait, and that's gonna be like $300 because I gotta go buy the brakes, have him put them on. So I'm gonna wait till I get some money in my OnlyFans so that I can get these brakes fixed. But I gotta have him come look at them so that I can know what it is exactly that I need. So, yeah. So that's the next thing. That's the next thing. So yeah, this is part 2 of the deal breakers video. So what other deal breakers do you have? That was the last of mine, was being controlling, jealous, you know, real controlling, real jealous. I just can't stand that. I just can't. That gets on my nerve. It will make me. Oh, and another thing that's a deal breaker for me is if you just too goddamn needy. Oh, I can't stand that. I do not like a needy ass man. I need to have a man that has his own life. You understand what I'm saying? He needs to have his own life. Don't surround and put all your everything into me. You know, I need a man who has hobbies, who go play golf, who hang out with his dudes. Because I don't want to be with you constantly. And you shouldn't want to be with me constantly. You understand what I'm saying? I can't stand that. You know what I noticed? I was looking at this. I got to look, but I got a hole in my windshield. I saw that the other day. That's from riding on the expressway and rocks hit your windshield. It's a little crack. So that's another thing I'm gonna have to go get fixed. I'm trying to get that done before winter time get here, because you know the cold and the ice and stuff will definitely crack your window. So I gotta get that fixed. It's a little hole, but it's like a little butterfly. I don't know how much that's gonna cost to get fixed, but we'll see. I know everything is so damn high. It's probably about $200-300 to get that fixed. So anywho, so yeah. And they they cut the overtime over here at the job. So even if I could get overtime, I can't get it now. Sucks. And you know what? That was another thing. I was getting overtime when I was in that other department. And I was working every Saturday, remember? And that was a big help. Big help. Big help. But I'm telling y'all, I'm not buying another car. I'm not buying another car. The car I want, I ain't buying another car. More than likely, Chris will get this car, and I'll end up taking my mama's car. Because I don't know how much longer she gonna drive. But I just can't see buying another car. Having a note, I mean, it's just too high. House note is enough. These cars are high. Have y'all bought a car recently? Have y'all priced the car? Stick a price. It's ridiculous. Well, you all, I'm gonna let you go. Happy Friday. Listen, I'm going to be showing either tomorrow, more likely Sunday. I'm gonna show you that bag that I got in, and I'm gonna show you all the bag. Okay, so I'm gonna do a video for that. I don't think I'm gonna do a haul video. I'm not sure. I have to look for some stuff that I want to show you. So I might do one, I might not. Okay, so we'll see. But anyway, you all have a great, blessed day. Thank you again for stopping on by and watching another video. I appreciate you oh so much. And you know where I'll see you in the next CC's Fashion is My Passion YouTube channel or YouTube video. All right, y'all. Have a great day. God bless you. I love you from the bottom of my heart. Mwah.